All right. Well, it's been forever and a day since I've streamed, but I'm streaming now. What? Yeah. So, hi, it's Chess with Bo. I've been playing a lot of chess today, more than normal, and I've been losing. Just something awful. You can catch a lot of those games on my daily road to 1300. I just started it about a week ago, and then promptly took a break because I mean, come on, it's like the holidays and all that good stuff. Regardless, I was just playing a few games and getting trounced, and I just played a game. I ended up I ended up winning at the very last moment, but this game, I was like, I need to actually share this game. This was something otherworldly. I had no idea what was going on, which is not uncommon, but I really did not know what was going on. Like, I was sitting there like, what's going on? What's happening? I don't understand. So I attempted to play normal chess. We're gonna do a review of the game. I'm sure there's blunders, but all in all, I did pretty well. There were a couple moments that were touch and go. You'll see. I'll give you one guess as to what opening did I play. I was white. This requires bourbon, so just one moment. We're gonna need to get on that real quick. All right. Tonight we're rolling bullet. That's right, bullet bourbon. It's not that bad. Not that bad. For those of you that don't drink, good. Don't drink ever. This is... Yeah, never mind. If you don't drink and you really don't like drinking, sorry, I do drink. Especially when I'm reviewing games like this, which you're about to see. Now, I don't have the chat up right now. In the event that you are chatting, I'll attempt to do that very soon. Let me see if I can pull that off really quick. You don't want any of those things. I'm sure you just saw tons and tons of all my YouTubes. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, how have you all been? Dude, the last time I streamed, it was day 101, I believe. And because this is 102. And dang, it was probably 2 months ago. And before that, prior to that, was like June or July. It's been a minute. I took some time off. Some much needed time away. Let's see. So I do have the chat up. Okay. Hello. I'm using Restream. I want to give them some thanks. They allow me to stream to both Twitch and YouTube. So in the event that it's not working, blame them. Okay. Swing. And here's the game. Okay, so I am currently 1037. My foe is 1027, so we're right about the same elo. Katuro C from what is it? That's not the Philippines. Is it Indonesia? It's not really showing me. I don't know. Yeah, it's Indonesia. All right. Good sport. As you can see, lots of wackiness is going on. Apparently I had a great move. You can't see that because my face is blocking it. Hold on a second. Curses. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. We'll get through it. I had a miss, some inaccuracies, but apparently no blunders, which is nice. 26 move game. Okay. So, if you did not guess, I use the English when I play white. So this is normal stuff in this move. I think I've seen c6 before. I didn't know it. It reminds me of the Alapin, but reversed. I mean, the English is pretty much the Sicilian for white. So I kind of understand this idea, but maybe it's the wrong move order. I don't really know. Okay, so I come here. D4, takes. And then I like to get my fianchetto on early. I like to have my fianchetto for breakfast. It says E4 is best here. Right there. So instead of G3, it wants E4. I didn't do that. I did this. So he moves here. And I think to myself, I think I've seen this before. I think I went through some serious trial and tribulation because many moons ago I was thinking, oh no, right? But through that analysis, I knew that I could do this move and both attack the queen and come here. So I wasn't really that worried about it. Hence, fianchettoing. Now apparently this is just a good move, which in chess.com's lingo, that means it sucks. All the good moves, it's like, nah, it's a meh move. You don't want the good moves because then you get trounced, right? Or bungalowed, or whatever euphemism you want to say. Regardless, I did G2. It wanted, again, E4. It really, really wanted E4 here, which I should analyze, but I'm not going to yet. We're just going to go through the game first. All right, so he moves the queen here because he's going for not a checkmate, but a mess you up thing. So I moved here. It doesn't like this move at all. This is the move that I planned. It does not like this move. It's like, what are you doing? I'm not entirely certain why. Maybe because it allows him to pile up when I could have just castled and accomplished basically the same goal. Now, my knight is not hanging because of this. This knight is technically not hanging, but it can be attacked. So he should have played queen g6, according to the engine. Okay, I should have castled. This says it's an inaccuracy. Fine. He moves back. And I finally castle. Now it thinks that bishop f4 is a better move. I thought. Since he's moved the queen back, it's like, nah, don't worry about castling. Go ahead and get your bishop out. I probably should have done that at this point because it takes me a very long time to develop that bishop. Very long time. Okay, so he moves here. Moving the f7 pawn, from what I understand, is usually a bad move. If you have it castled? I don't know. Truth be told, I move the f7 pawn all the time to f5 when I play the Dutch. I think it's the Dutch. Yeah, when I play the Dutch. But this is not the Dutch. And it was at this point that I was like, okay, either I'm falling for traps or I'm dealing with a rogue player. As I look at the ELO. ELO? As I look at, yeah, the ELO. 1027. I'm like, uh-oh. This guy knows a little bit of theory. Like, about as much as I do. Which means this is going to be... It's going to be like two dudes fighting that don't know how to fight. Hilarious is the word. That said, I'm a part of this, so I move here. Apparently that's the best move. I'm glad. I had other ideas in mind, like just retreating, but that didn't seem like a good move. And maybe coming here again. I don't like this just being there, and I thought this was a nice square for the knight, thinking it was going to get kicked immediately. I was wrong. At this point, I was rather confused, thinking, you know, in my mind, I was like, all right, I'm going to put the knight here. You know, what's he going to do? He's probably going to come out with the bishop. All right, I don't technically have to take, right, because my knight's being protected. So maybe I can kick his knight. Maybe I can do something like, I don't know, coming with e4, you know, something, getting this going on, something like that. That was kind of my idea. I was not expecting that. I was even thinking like, okay, let's say he moves here. Maybe I can sack the knight. Right? He takes with the king on f7. And then I'm like, aha, it's compensation for the knight because he has no castling. But that's probably not the case at all. h5. That's a bold move. It was at this point I was like, oh, let me take off my gloves really quick. Are you coming to own me? And I had the existential crisis of Cator OC might actually wreck me here in a second. So I moved here. Again, this is a good move. It's a good move. Okay, right. That means it's a bad move. Now, my idea, let me close Abba and Preach really quick. What's up, Megan? Yo, hold on a second. Yo. And he, Def Not Michael Jackson. Shaking, dude. I know, I'm streaming again. I know, I decided to rock and roll a little bit. I've got kind of a weird setup with the chat, so it's got a delay. I'm doing it through Restream. Def Not Michael Jackson, it's good to see you. And Megan, of course, it is always good to see you. Right, so I move h4, thinking, hey, fool, I'm not going to let you just come bulldoze my king. He hasn't castled yet. He's got his rook eyeballing the h-file. He's got this knight that's really not on an outpost. It's not like I can't attack it, right? With a pawn. Apparently that's the definition of an outpost, I am told. It's when usually a knight protected by a pawn cannot be attacked by a pawn. Or whatever. So I thought this was a great move. I thought it was a great move. Apparently, the engine really, really is jonesing for e4. It's like, dude, just play e4. I guess I kind of understand. If I play e4, right, and he takes, well, I can take back. And I've gotten rid of this pawn. You know, then again, the knight's still protected, but the king is far less protected. His king's open. I get that. I get that idea. But I was worried about this. Oh no, I move here and then he moves there. What will I do? Forgetting completely that I could just take it with the bishop. I could just take it. Megan, you said you promised if I streamed again that you'd be here. I know. You are a woman of your word. That's why we're friends. Among other things. Okay, h4. And he makes the best move, which is e7. All right, I make another good move. Again, we know what good means, right? It means it sucks. I make this good move, thinking I'm going to put pressure on the queen. I can take the pawn, check him. He's going to come here, and then I'm going to have nowhere to go with my knight. I was like, well, hold on a second. I can come over here. So let's say I'm here. He's going to go queen d7, right? Obviously. obviously, right? I'm going to take g7. Yeah, check. He's going to come here, obviously. Obviously. He's going to go there. Then I'm going to swing back over here, see? Right? Right? Taking this pawn. He's got him the pawns. Take on f5. Woo! He's not going to take with the queen because I can take back with my knight on f5. Right? Or he takes on f6. I'm sorry, e6. Well, I didn't think about that. Okay, maybe I did think about it, but the majority of my calculations did not include that, so I took back. Fine, great move. Excellent move, it says. Actually, best move. Okay, instead of knight g to e6, it wants queen to c2. So instead of moving here, it wants me to go, nah, bruh. I'm going to go here. Why? Because my knight is protected twice. And I want to attack this twice. Okay, putting lots of pressure on that bishop. But I did not do that. I went here, and this is what happened. Now that I don't have this knight on d4, my little plan doesn't work, see, because he can take back with the queen. So I didn't really know what to do. So I put myself right here. Apparently it's the best move. Hallelujah. Now I did consider taking. In fact, this was actually a difficult move not to do. I was like, I get some compensation. I don't think this is a good move. I think moving here is a really bad move. I did consider going to g5. But I was afraid of that because if he sacked his bishop on g5 and this happened, I get this isolated pawn, right? Or doubled pawns. And this pawn coming downtown, followed up by this terrible rook, and he can queenside castle. So I didn't do that. Instead, I went here. I'm talking like I know what I'm doing. I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't really know what I'm doing. Especially at this point. I'm thinking, what's going on? What is going on? Right? Right? He's got an isolated king. He can still castle. Right? I have stopped up this kingside attack. Have I? Boom. Again, I was thwarted. Now, this is apparently, g5 is apparently excellent. An excellent move. The best move the engine is warbling over is him kingside castling. So instead of doing g5, flipping a bitch and having the king to a little bit of safety. Okay, mind you, real quick, this bishop is not really doing much, right? But it is guarding the knight, and it has some influence on those dark squares. His knight's not doing shit, right? This pawn's just like, this entire side of the board, it's like it's not been touched. Okay, we keep on going. He moves here. Again, this is the best move. I'm forking his bishop and his rook. And I'm really trying to figure out how to coordinate these damned pieces. All right, so he makes a good move. Should have gone g takes h4. Should have just gone ahead with his plan here, backed up by the bishop. And you got these doubled pawns, which is going to rip open my king side. All right, so I take. Good. Excellent. I was questioning whether knight kills bishop e7 was good. But I was thinking, you know what? Fuck that bishop. Okay, so he likely should have taken on e7 with the queen, and that is the case. Instead, he went for h4. This is a miss. Now, I think the miss is, why didn't I take the rook? Anyone? Like, I have 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Look at that. Look at the time control. Normally, my ass is at like 10 seconds at this point. I'm like, you know, like losing hard. Showing my scramble skills. Why didn't I take the rook on G8? I don't know. I was just like, you know what? I want your pawn. I love pawns. And I want you to take my knight. Clearly. It's a free rook. Like, it's not only a free rook. Look at this. It's like, hello. I mean, if he doesn't move this guy, it's all bad. And granted, you got the knight there. But I'm just saying, like, it doesn't look good. I'm saying it doesn't look good. Like, I can be like, ha ha, and try to chase away his knight or something. I didn't take his rook. Why? I wanted the pawn instead. I was thinking, oh no, this pawn. Oh, I'm going to guard here. But wait, he can just take my knight. Just take the knight. Bedlam. Cats and dogs living together. Absolute hysteria. Okay, so we continue. I'm going to take his pawn because why? I love pawns. Now, my chess coach was telling me something about pawns. A little anecdote about pawns. He was like, look, when you take a pawn, right? One does not simply just take a pawn. When you take a pawn, you are giving your opponent a gift of tempo. Right? Because it takes your move to take the pawn. So you take the pawn, you're like, aha, I have this pawn now, +1. I love seeing that +1 right there. But now it's their move. So you've kind of given them the opportunity to attack, to counterattack. And the mentality is, you start taking pawns, you're giving up all this tempo because you're like nomming pawns. Sometimes it's a great thing, right? You know, pawns are like candy, like Sour Patch Kids. But the idea is you can get poison pawned. So you can take too many pawns, they develop, and then they give you the good news. So I take this pawn, apparently it's the best move, which is good. I'm glad that's a good move. But I'm very leery of this idea. He makes this move. Now, when he made the move, it did not give him a question mark and say it was a mistake. I figured he was just attacking the pawn. And eventually, his knight does go to c4, and it gets rather annoying. He should have gone knight d7, according to Le Engine, meaning get his knight into the game, his other knight. Okay, because what's my queen going to do? Looks kind of nasty, but right now she ain't going to do nothing. Not yet. All right. He moves knight here. I have an inaccuracy, as per usual, my modus operandi. I go bishop f4. My idea, attacking the knight twice with my queen and my bishop. And also blocking his queen from any gnarl that he might be thinking about. And also developing the bishop and connecting the rooks. That was my thought. Apparently, this was an inaccuracy. Guess what it wants instead? Take a guess. What's up, Mildred? Dude, Mildred, you're on. What's up, man? Were you streaming earlier? For those of you who don't know, Mildred has been on my podcast several times, and Mildred rocks and rolls gaming live streams and all sorts of stuff. Right. Guess what the next move is? The move that it wants me to... E4. It really wants me to push E4. The engine has a big ol' chub for this move. Why? I'm assuming because 1, e4 is protected by my fianchettoed bishop on g2, and it kicks the queen. Now, where does she go? She can't go here, right, because of my bishop. She can't really go forward, right, for obvious reasons. She could move there. She could get on g4. Or she could move back to f7, or maybe even back to c8 for some dumb reason. I mean, she could come over here too, I suppose. I am assuming g4 is not a great move because maybe I could do this. Right? I don't know. But it really wants e4. This is a little bit beyond my pay grade. So let's say I go e4. Now it wants, let me just show you. Now it wants knight kills c4. So he noms the pawn on c4 with tempo and the queen. So if I take his queen, he takes my queen. And he's also attacking the pawn that I just used. So this says, well, the queen kills b8. Right here. Again, this is beyond my pay grade. I don't think I would have queen sacrificed in this moment. I'm a minute down, and this is beyond my tactical prowess. That move seems like a blunder to me, but it's not, because he takes back with the rook. E kills f5, so now the queens are off the board, and this pawn is actually okay. And I have 2 pieces to his 1. So I'm tactically up a whole piece. I am winning in that regard. Apparently, those were the moves I should have done. That's why it wanted e4. Right. That's not what happened. Do I still have my first d20? See, I still need to get on the podcast. Indeed, Megan, you do need to get on GGP, the Geeky Gamer podcast on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard. Do I still have my first d20? I do have my first d20. In fact, Megan, I have the Megan die. The Megan d20. Boom. Oh, yeah. First d20, I think I do have it. The first set of dice I had were some of those kind of, they weren't opaque, they were translucent ones. And they weren't particularly good. I quickly got rid of that d20 or stopped using it and switched. Mildred, what was your podcast about tonight? Okay. Knight comes here. I go with bishop f4. He takes my pawn on c4. My queen comes down to b4. Why? I was thinking, well, I'm going to block. I'm going to protect b2 and also attack his b7. I'm just going to attack his b7 like a dirty little hussy. He comes out with b5, protecting his knight. I'm also attacking his knight with my queen. And then eventually, if he doesn't protect the knight, I've also got this tempo on the rook. So he does this. He's attempting to trap my queen. I decided to activate my rook on d1 and cut off the king. Okay, I've got about 3 minutes. He has 5. Now he attacks my queen, and I'm thinking, did I just lose my queen? Because there's a lot of squares I cannot go to. Right? Many, many squares I cannot go to. Okay. That gives me 2 squares to go to. And I choose 1. Or do I? Check. All right, bam. Got this check in. Nice. Possibly should have pinned his king to the rook. That's not what I do. It wants queen kills b5. Queen kills b5. So it's looking for kind of a queen trade type thing. Let's see. I've got 2 rooks and 2 bishops. He's got 2 rooks and 2 bishops. I was not going for the queen trade. I was on the attack. So this happens. This happens. What is it asking for? Knight kills b2. Don't I? Oh yeah, if I take here, then he takes there. And then now it wants d7, check. Okay, this is not what happened. I did not make best moves. Instead, I attack him this way. A little bit more direct approach. I did not want to lose my queen because I'm on the attack, and the queen's a good attacker. Okay, queen g6, it says is a mistake. You can see it because it has a big old question mark. And I had a question to do. Top move is queen e7, which I did make, which is awesome. Now, normally when it says it's a great move, it means it's the only move. I'm not saying that's always the case, but it does seem like that's kind of the case. Megan, you say, so funny that you still have that d20. Dude, this is the magic d20, okay? In fact, it is called the Megan die, okay? Like, for real. Because, well, I'll let you decide why. But I use it when I DM. So, anyway, it's got some mojo to it. It's got some mojo. All right, so queen e7. My idea here is to queen comes to h7, check, come back here. And I did not see the mate, but I knew it was bad. Bad news bears. So he moves there, trying to bulldoze the king. He should have done queen kills d7. Boom. He should have done that because that staves off checkmate. So then I could take back, of course. Best move is bishop e4. It always wants that e4. Checking the king. Queen comes back to f5. Queen to e6. Right, he cannot take because he's pinned. King goes to g7. Bishop kills s5. And we're getting down into the bad. Okay. That's not what happened. What happened was this. He moved there. I went h7, check, and then got a mate. Okay. So that was the game. You can't see it. I got 83% accuracy, got about 64% accuracy. I had one miss. Neither one of us had any blunders. He had a couple mistakes. I had a bunch of best moves and one great move. Okay. So this game, I'm playing at a 1600-ish. He's playing at a 700-ish. We didn't really get to the end game because the game ended. Now, all this sort of toots my own horn, right? Had you seen the previous games? The one 2 games ago, where instead of it saying, oh, yeah, dude, let me slop your knob, your game rating is a 1650. Oh, you're so good. Yeah, instead of that, it was like, your game rating's 230, as in 230. I had an accuracy of, I want to say it was 34%, I believe. It is the worst game, and I'm pretty sure it's coming up in about 3 days. So if you want to check it out, it is brutal. Brutal game. It's exactly the kind of game that I'm bad at. I should review it, but let's review this game really fast. I just want to see what the engine has to say. We'll do highlights. Unless it will not do it. Come on now. Do it. There it goes. You won the other. Okay, this is a discovery. And this is a miss. I should have just taken. This is the big thing. Just take the rook. Also, e4, man. It really wants e4. Taking the center. Right, and this is all the goodness. Okay. So that's the game. It's got some mojo. Oh yeah. Yeah, that die has some serious mojo. I've rolled many 20s, many natural ones too. Which, you know, as a DM, rolling a natural one is awesome. Like, I actually mean that. And I do the thing where, like, I roll in the open. I don't use a DM screen. I'm just like, you know, I pull out the Megan die, and I'm like, here it comes. Here it comes. You're screwed. Yeah. Back when I played D&D. Okay, how do I go to other games? To archive. Yes. Yes. So you see I've lost the last two. I wonder if it actually says. See, I thought I reviewed all these. Oh, this is the one, the 32.6. My oh, Magamoto kick. Check this out. I'm just gonna review it really quick because obviously, you know, I reviewed in the actual video, but I might as well show you this. So I had 2 blunders, 5 misses, 5 mistakes. Magamoto played at a 45% accuracy, had no blunders, 5 misses as well, 6 mistakes, 2 brilliance, or 2 great, I'm sorry. Yeah, Jesus. Oh, this game is awful. You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? It's just... So this is a miss. Should have taken the knight. Should have taken the bishop. Didn't take the bishop. Oh yeah, so I moved, because I moved this knight, I relinquished this, the e2 pawn, so he could fork. Just brutal, dude. It's just... It's so brutal. Okay, why is this a blunder? We'll see. Because I'm just gonna lose pieces. Instead of doing... Let's see, instead of doing this, instead of going bishop g5, should have taken and forked the queen and the bishop. So it's not that I didn't have chances here. That's actually part of the bad, is that I had plenty of chances to win this game. And I just didn't. Oh yeah, so this is another miss. Should have just taken. Let's say why. Why is that a miss? So let's say I take here, and what happens? So this is something that I actually review in the video. Long and short of this, it's pretty long. I think he would have just taken back. I think he'd have done c kills b5, as in the way this guy played. And thinking of that, I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? I don't know what to do. There's nothing I could do. So I made whatever move I made, which is to attack the knight. Okay, finally do b5. Kind of playing okay, and then start making misses and mistakes again. You ready? I'm at 14 seconds. He has 5 minutes, by the way. It's just completely over at this point. Yeah, should have taken the knight. But what is going on? And I think that was timed out. Like, it's just brutal, dude. Brutal. Played at a 32% accuracy in this game. And my game rating is 25. Not 2,500. 250. Lord. Megan, you say there has to be a good balance. It's the cost of it. That's true. It's true. I mean, does anyone truly want a die that is balanced? Because that means it's going to roll good and bad, right? You always want to roll good. But as a DM, that's not really the case. You want it to roll, balanced, right? The dreaded 3. Ugh. All right. So those are those games. We shall play a game, shan't we? I think I got a game in me before I head to bed. What am I doing? See, this is what I did last time I played. Not the last time, but a few times ago that I played, I thought I was playing white. I wasn't playing white. I was playing black. And I made this F5 move, which is not a good move. All right, so E4 is not on the board. Ergo, I'm going to play the Dutch, which, truth, I only know a little bit about. It's not something I get to play too often. Let's see. Where do I want to be here? I think I can come up here. I think I can do this. So I do need to think about this a little bit because I don't actually remember. I'm not sure if the knight can come out to C6 or not. It might want to be on D7. Don't know. I'm going to ask a question really quick. I'm assuming bishop D2. Yeah. Okay. There's always the castle. But I'd like to get some of these pieces involved. So. Now, if I come here and he does this number, I think it still works. Weak light squares. Ooh, that doesn't work. Yeah, I just saw this. Well, okay, it's not the worst. I got this. And because I have E6, I can take. Takes, actually. No, I think it still works. Does this go away? Yeah, so he comes there. So this protects the bishop. Does it work though? Right. I don't think it does. I don't think I can take back this way. So this pawn doesn't move is the problem. Okay. So taking here, I think he takes there, this, and then he forks. I don't like that at all. Taking here, he takes there. Check, he takes back. Here, boom. I still have that. It may not be the worst thing. Cannot move this guy, of course. Let's see. Let's calculate something easier. Yeah, so I'm going to take this. This could be catastrophic, actually. All right, so he takes back. I'm probably just gonna lose this knight. Comes here. Oh, it doesn't work. Yeah, that doesn't work. Well, this is how you get that 230 rating. Woot! All right, well, that's pretty shit poor, y'all. That doesn't work either. It just loses the knight. I think I just have to lose the knight. I thought I had something there that would work, but it's not going to work. Yeah. That was a blunder. Okay, so is there a way out of this? I don't like the idea of giving up, but we're going to do it. I'm kind of screwed anyway, so. Just the opening phase. Bob Gil, what's up, man? It's been a minute. Yeah, I know, but I made that pretty heinous move. He takes with the queen, probably, right? So I need to get this guy out of dodge and just lose the knight. Okay. I wonder if he does e4. He's not going to do e4, but in the last game, Balbir, like, the engine was like, just do e4. Oh my god, do e4. I was like, fine, I'll do e4. Oh no. Don't come after my knight. I'm in my pawn. Well, my it's not a pawn, it's a bishop. I suppose the bishop is stranded. You know, moving it here, it's not really... here? No, that wouldn't work. Where does this bishop go? I think the bishop does go there. I don't see where else it goes. I've really screwed this one up. Take this way maybe? Oh, shit. Shit. Guys. Shit. Shit. I would stream on this game. And I've been hit or miss. Main idea for the Dutch defense revolves around your bishop on f8 that holds your position. Yeah, I fucked that up. Hardcore, dude. Did not do that one right. God damn. I see b2, but I think he can consolidate really easily. I do have a check. Yeah, I'm kind of screwed here. I've screwed up too much. I have screwed up too much. That one move allowing queen a4 check just ate my fucking lunch. God damn. That was rough. Fucking rough. Okay. I think I'm just going to lose this game. I mean, he's giving me a lot of tempo, I suppose. But shit. Main idea is defense revolves around your bishop on f8. Yeah, it's a new opening for me. What am I trying to do? I guess kind of mitigate the hell. Thankfully, my rook is on F and A and not going to be forked by this goddamn fucking knight. Right, so it consolidates, of course. I do have a check. Kind of a useless check. I mean, maybe it's a perpetual thing. Okay, yeah, he's gonna queen trade, of course. I have 2 minutes. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna lose this pawn. I kind of just don't have much that I can do, I don't feel like. So I'm trying to just guard some pieces so he doesn't just get another queen. He'll try to castle soon. Probably put his bishop there or something. He's going after the pawn. So, oh, I see. He's going here so he can castle. Right. Fair. I will attack his knight. I mean, this is pretty lost. Pretty lost. And this bishop is dominating too. Yeah. So what can I do here? Maybe consolidate there or attack. If I go there, he'll go here. So I'll just kind of consolidate my pawns, brick up against this guy. He's going to castle. Push the pawn. There's not much I can do. This knight, this is not a knight, that is a rook. Is there anything I can do to attack? I don't think so. He's attacking here. What's always I always look at the next move of the knight. So he's going to come down with pawns is what he's coming after. And he's protecting here. I've got a minute. Pretty much no entry here. Maybe getting the king up. Here, this is your Dutch line. Use this. Oh yeah, dude. Absolutely hook me up. Hook me up with some Dutch. All right, so he's attacking. Once he attacks here. Or no, he's probably going to come here or something. I don't know what he's going to try to do. Who cares? I'm so terrible at this. Oh, wait. I think that was a bad move. No, this happens. Trying to get some kind of counterplay. But dang, man. It's rough. Rough stuff. Not much I can do. Hoping for that move would be pretty sexy. I mean, he's got pieces to burn right now and a pass pawn. Granted, I have a pass pawn unless he takes it. Well, I guess it's not a pass pawn, but not yet. Still in the game, guys. Still in the game. Oh no. All right. Down a bishop. What do I do? Hold on. Take. 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 No. That doesn't work. My poor brain. Who am I playing against? Myanmar and Burma. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Probably double up. Where do I go after this? Shit. Oh yeah, can't he just take my rook? Wait. Can he just take my rook? He didn't take my rook. How far? I'm just gonna move my rook real quick. Whoops. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and take, because I don't know what else to do. I'll put this guy right here. He'll attack it. I have, like, no chance of winning this game with 9 seconds. He's got to make some serious blunders. Right. Takes, gets queen. Nothing I can do. Nada. Why didn't I take the pawn? Because I'm not thinking. Shit. Hold on a second. I've got a mouse just for this occasion. It's my throw mouse. So I don't break my other mouses. Mouses. That's right. Balbier, I don't see the Dutch line that if you posted one. Or maybe it's just not on the chat that I can see. Let me get on YouTube real quick and see if it's on there. Hold. Hold. Let's see, turn my sound off. And I can actually see. Restream, while it's a fine program, doesn't give very... Oh, I see, you posted. It doesn't give very up-to-date chat stuff. The show. Oh, yeah, I had to actually allow it. You say it's the Horowitz defense. How do I copy that? Let's see. I'll take that real quick. I'll take that and use it. Put it in my notes. No. Hi. Chess with Bill. Watching Bill. Where Bill talks in the third person about himself and does his Normal errands. All right, let's see. Dutch, defense, boof. And then I'll format this later. Thank you, Balbeer. I'm gonna format it right now. I think I can actually put that into, what is it? It's not like, I might be able to put it into chess.com and actually see the game. Let's see. We'll see if it works. Are you able to find the line? Yeah, I just had to go to the actual YouTube chat. Oh, shit. I had to go to the actual YouTube chat to do it. So, am I able to do that? Make move, set up position, import study, study URL, load from Perturbator. I wonder if that works. Hey, is that right? Let's see, D4, E6. Yeah. Knight F3, F5. Hell yeah. So this is the game that, or the setup that Balbeer was messaging. Yeah, sweet. You call this the Horowitz defense? Horowitz defense. Hell yeah. Sweet. Thank you very much, man. How have you been, by the way? Have you been doing any tournaments? Last time we talked, I think you were doing one. It may have been a couple months ago. I need to get my B-Day card or register with the, I don't know, whatever they're called, and actually play a tournament and get an official, you know, hey, look at me. Okay, so I wonder if I can, yeah, let me flip the board really quick. Okay, so without E4, you can play the Dutch. And I like going into it with E6, because that way you could slide into the French. I'm a big Frenchie right now. Okay, so F5 is the Dutch. I know this part, and then Knight F6, I know that part. But past here, okay, and I did do this move. Bishop B4. Queen comes out. He did not do that move. His move was Bishop D2, protecting. Which is how I screwed up, because I moved my I did D6. So with this, I did D6, and that allowed that. And this is kind of what screwed me up. And this may not be the death, but I definitely stalled at that point. All right, so it goes Queen B3, attacking the bishop pretty directly. Queen E7, defending. Now, Bishop D2. Okay, prepping for the fianchetto, which I would have done had I not just been losing the game. All right, and activating the knight on C6, castle, attack the queen, nabbing the pawn, and there we go. And I guess black is better off here. And then you can choose to either go queen side or king side castle, right? Okay, that's interesting. It's a good way to play it. You know, it's fair. It's fair. I just lost the game. Right, so all this is fine. What if this? Definitely not D6. You know, is it okay to castle? Is it okay just to go ahead and fianchetto? I guess the real question was, where do these pawns go? Like, in general, what's the setup? Do I have any central pawns going on? Because right now this is all tactic, right? Like I'm pressing and getting that pawn. and sort of capitalizing on the fact that they move their queen, right? So I guess the idea would be if bishop d2 instead, just continue with the fianchetto. Would you agree with that? Say queen e7. So instead of the fianchetto, just get the queen e7 and guard. What else is queen e7 doing? I mean, she's guarding the bishop. I see that. One of the questions that I had before moving this bishop out was I was like, okay, let's say he tries to kick it, and I move back, and this whole number happens, and I get trapped, right? And I was like, okay, well, then I kind of have to, let's say he tries to kick it. It's almost like a, what is it, Nimzo Indian type thing. I mean, is that possible? Right? Or is it one of those, okay, we'll just slide back? Or do you need, like after bishop d2, is it possible just to slide back to e2? Or is that just regressing and you're going to get cramped too much? Like, are you sacking this bishop is the idea. I know with the French, at least the way that that I've been studying it, because there's so many variations. Oh my God. Like little wheedles, and it's like if you don't do the right move order, you just get. But with the French, you're not always sacrificing the light squared bishop, but it seems like a common theme. Say bishop e7. So sliding the bishop back is okay. So if they try to kick, you say hold on to the bishop. Yeah, and I guess it's fundamentally different, if they do something like this, I don't know if you'd want to just ignore this knight. But there's ways of there are ways. I know with the Sicilian this is a common placement for the knight. I guess with the Dutch it's not. Yeah, it's just how to progress and what's the main theme of it, I know typically when the pawns are in a certain structure, like I'm going to be attacking kingside, right? And this is the Horwitz defense. So it's the Horwitz because the bishop comes out. If the bishop doesn't come out, I think I can come here. And this is called classical Rubinstein variation. So just going for the fianchetto. Or maybe even here, but that can happen. I don't know. I think d6 is maybe just a premature move before I castle. In true Dutch, your dark square bishop is key. Oh, so you don't want to lose that dark squared bishop. Well, I definitely was tempted to lose the dark squared bishop. It's like Dutch chocolate, right? It's not like Dutch chocolate. Because I think Dutch chocolate... Does Dutch chocolate... Is that dark? Megan, help. I know German chocolate's like light. And I don't like it at all. Guys, I am tired. Okay. Well, that's going to be it for this stream. Balbir, thank you so much for throwing this down. I typed it in my notes app and all that good stuff, and I will definitely take a look at that. This gives me some pretty good direction. My chess coach introduced me to the Dutch in the event that the white does not play e4, and he's gone through it extensively, but I just need to hammer it in there. Having the Horwitz variation, if I want to play with that bishop b4 is good, and then fianchetto, and then maintaining that idea of maintain the dark squared bishop. That's what I would like to do. If they start getting gnarly with the queen, then I have this, you know, tactic I can do to start pushing her back, of course. And not pushing d6 in the Horowitz unless the king is castled, because you're going to get trounced, as I just did, handily. All right. Megan, thank you for joining, as always. Balbir, thank you very much. You say, yeah, this line simplifies everything. That's what I'm about, man. I'm about that simplification. Need to keep it simple. Check out... I don't know if you've seen any of the videos of my latest games, but pretty much whenever it gets tactical, I'm like, let me just trade down. Find a way to make this simple. My elderly brain can't handle it. Mildra, thank you very much for jumping on, man. Def not Michael Jackson. Thank you for jumping on too. All right, guys. See you the next